Welcome back to the Frederiq Effect. I'm the host, Arsene Jr. This podcast is about perception and reality. August is National Black Business Month, so this season we're discussing this glorious holiday. This episode is entitled The Visual Renaissance, where business owner, illustrator, and tattoo artist Bueli joins us to discuss her business venture, Buelistic. She'll also drop some keys to success and share insight on the importance of National Black Business Month. Check out this episode in full to learn more about Buelistic and more. Thanks for listening.
This is Arsene Jr., aka Frederiq, and welcome to the 6th episode of the Frederiq Effect podcast. I'm here with business owner, illustrator, and tattoo artist, Bueli. She founded Buelistic in 2014. Buelistic offers illustration and ink therapy consultations. More information available on the website that Bueli will share with you in just a moment. Thanks for joining us, Bueli.
Thank you for having me, Frederiq. I really appreciate this. I'm so excited.
All right, Billy, listen. This month is National Black Business Month, and we're so excited to have you here. So as a Black business owner, what does that mean to you?
Well, as a Black business owner, I kind of believe that being a Black business is kind of, especially in the modern world, it's about like shifting the global perspective of what like the word Black actually means, and what pops up into your mind when you hear the word Black, especially Black businesses. I feel like as I was growing up, anytime I heard Black businesses, it was always said in like a negative sense. Like you couldn't work with Black people because they were, raunchy or ghetto, or basically kind of like demeaning us in a very like barbaric way. And I feel like today, celebrating Black businesses and being a Black business gives us a chance to like reimagine and like self-define and self-actualize what it means to be Black, what it is to represent Blackness, what you think of when you hear the word Black, basically getting us closer to our divinity, our power, our what we actually are, which is like a large, diverse group of gifted people on this earth, gifted students, children, adults, people that just are divine and capable and powerful and wonderful. And so I think that being a Black business is extremely important, very much a tool to be used.
Well, I just want to say I might as well just go ahead and hang it right up on up, because you just came ready to share so much insight with our audience during National Black Business Month, and we're going to get into some things, but let's slow it down just a little bit and peel it back for the folks out there who don't know a lot about the Frederiq Effect podcast, more importantly about Bueli and Buelistic. Let's talk a little bit about your background and how it led to you starting this business. So we've had a conversation, Bueli, and we talked about how clients use your word to focus on growing from a healing perspective. Talk a little bit about that for us.
Yes. Okay. So, my first experience on this earth has always been a very spiritual experience. Ever since I was a child, I focused on spirit first and basically the physical second. When I met people, I saw their spirits first, and then I introduced myself second. It was always like that, and it is still like that today. So growing up, I became naturally very aware of people's spiritual needs, of the people around me, and through the work I've done as a child that I didn't even realize that I was doing. I noticed that all of my quote unquote jobs and positions in people's lives had been in the form of like healing and defense and protection for others. Especially through my creativity. Now, these days, I'm definitely still learning how to do that for myself, but I have pretty much claimed, and I feel like in certain realms, I am a master at, my craft. So, through my work, which is illustration, tattoo artistry, graphic design, basically anything visual arts, I've been able to help people with what they feel like is their purpose, protect them with, the spiritual needs, whether it be, defense from other spirits or protection or, guidance or anything. I've been able to do that through my artistry. And I'm extremely grateful for the gifts that I've been given. But yes, that's what my artistry is about. It's definitely about healing and protection and guidance for my people through my craft.
Guidance through your craft is exactly right. And me just listening to you talk, Bueli, you sound really, and just to kind of take a step back, I'm sorry, I'm a little excited here. So myself and Bueli actually went to the same high school, Dillard High School in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Yes, so one time for those Panthers. And since I've been exposed to your work and just having conversations with, individuals through our shared network, I've always just gotten feedback around this is really great artwork. It feels really calming. It feels really natural. It feels really relatable. So it makes me also think about our conversation, how you share with me how folks come to you as somewhat of a therapist as well. Something like a hairdresser. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I have locks in my hair, and sometimes I do find myself having conversations with the individual who's doing my locks, whether it's about politics possibly or something else. So talk a little bit about what that experience has been like for you.
Yes. Okay. So a lot of this if there's any, tattoo artists out there or hairdressers out there, you kind of know what I'm talking about. It's basically, you come, you provide a service, and it's a very intimate, space. You're dealing with people's hair as a hairdresser, which, the crown of their head is a very specific, an intimate space that you're messing with. There's people who probably wouldn't trust anybody else, but they're giving this, this special thing to them and trusting you with it. Same thing with people's skin, same thing with people's bodies. And as a tattoo artist, you realize that there are certain things that you just end up knowing about a person, more than people may think it's a stretch, but I think it's very true. You might end up learning them more than their own partners or their own mothers will know them. I'm tattooing somebody and I'll notice that this part of their body makes them feel this way, or I'll trigger something on this part of their body, or, and it's a very intimate experience. And, if you're connecting with that person and talking to that person while you're giving them this piece, which a lot of my clients have very spiritual meanings for their pieces as well, you end up learning a lot and end up able to, give your feedback. And so I noticed that with almost all of my clients, if they're open and if I'm open, it ends up being a very spiritual exchange, and they end up being friends, almost like spiritual friends to me. Even if I never see them again, or even if we meet up like 5 years later, it's always like an intense acknowledgement of yes, you saw me, we were here, you helped me, this tattoo helped me get through this, or and even the exchange, even me learning from them ends up helping me and guiding me through my life. So it ends up being like a very mutual and beneficial exchange all of the time. And I feel like a lot of tattoo artists know about that. Even my clients will call me and they'll be like, something just happened again. I got to schedule another literally verbatim. They will come to me and say that they need another, tattoo, or they'll need an illustration for this, or they'll need a creation of this sort to help them get through this, whether it be like a memorial type of tattoo where you're honoring a lost loved one, or redefining yourself with what you're putting on your body, or charting what you've learned, or even if it's just something that you like, which is extremely valid. My clients have used me as a vessel, as a tool, in order to get them further into what they believe themselves to truly be, one step closer into, getting into their final form. And I respect it so much. It's amazing.
It's amazing indeed. And as we think about National Black Business Month, again, there's just so much a lack of or a low level of awareness, rather, when we think about this month and what it represents. And I think in some ways, similarly to Black History Month, although that does have the Black History Month itself in the U.S. does have a little bit more notoriety, but I think folks sometimes miss the reasoning behind it, the rationale, the significance of it. So that is exactly why we're here today. And so in your sentiments that you shared, I just heard a lot of passion. So tell us, what keeps you going during National Black Business Month? What is your drive?
Well, it's acknowledging that National Black Business Month is every month. Just like how Black period. Yes, it's every single month. It's definitely a daily process, but I won't lie. There's moments when, you know, as a healer, as a diviner, there are moments when you do have to take a break and realize that you have to, you know, sometimes the energy is a lot. Sometimes it's, you know, learning how to be, learning how to take rest, learning how to reflect, learning how to be in action, knowing times and places for everything, being my own shield, my own protector, almost like mothering myself, knowing when, you know, my child, my inner self is, hey, I need to take a break. So that way I can keep going. I don't want to overwhelm myself because I did a lot of that when I started my business back in 2016. It was like I wanted to help people so much that I didn't say no to anything. And that became a very, you know, I learned a lot of life lessons through that over the years. So now that I'm a bit older, now that I've done this a little, you know, for a while, because I started my business way before the pandemic, you know, I'm able to pass on that kind of knowledge to the people who are just starting their business now in order to help them prevent certain things, especially with intuitive businesses and healers. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what keeps me going.
Yes. And it's really important to always, I think, as well as a business owner myself, I recently started my business in July 2021. And, you know, I've been working on this for some time. Yes, thank you so much. And, you know, I'm just really resonating with getting back to what keeps you grounded, and you can continue to use that to put in what keeps you grounded, to put in to put in the gas tank to go ahead and go down that path of your drive. So thanks for sharing those sentiments, Bueli. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Frederiq Effect, and this season is about National Black Business Month. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Arsene Jr., and I'm best known for the Frederiq brand. I hear you loud and clear. All over social media, there is commentary about how Black culture should be celebrated 24 hours of the day, 7 days of the week, and 365 days of the year. So get this. August is National Black Business Month, and I sat down with young Black entrepreneurs and business owners to discuss what this means to them, their business venture, and they offer advice to Black entrepreneurs looking to get started in business. How is that for celebrating Black culture? Be sure to listen to the rest of this episode and the entire first season. Subscribe to this podcast to stay updated with all things Frederiq Effect, and leave a review on the listening platform. Let's do it for the culture, y'all.
And we're back. So we've got to know you, Bueli. We've spoken about National Black Business Month and your business venture, Buelistic. Now let's head into a lightning round of 4 questions where you offer suggestions, tips, recommendations to our audience about Black business and entrepreneurship. Are you ready?
I am.
Let's do it. All right, the first question here is that, what advice would you give to Black entrepreneurs looking to start their business today?
My advice that I would give, I have 2 things. My advice that I would give is to just start, okay? I think a lot of us have this issue where, say, for instance, you want to be a YouTuber, you know, that's your thing. And a lot of us will really stop ourselves because we don't have the right camera, and we don't have the right lighting, and we don't have the right spaces or anything like that. And I honestly feel like that would really limit you, as well as stop you and prevent you and postpone, what your purpose is and what you're actually trying to do and your vision. I think that, say for instance, if you're that YouTuber and you don't have that, that $2,000 camera, start with your cell phone right there in your living room or outside or wherever. If you don't have those speakers, it's completely fine. Just start and build those things up as you go and become better as you go. But you don't want to stop your purpose and stop your craft and stop what you want to do because you don't have something that is absolutely perfect. When, little do you know, you might reach thousands, millions of people with your little camera, or, you in your living room or anything like that. I've seen it many a times before, but you just need to start now. No more excuses, and be confident in your work and be confident what you're trying to do. My second form of advice, it's strictly for those who are, spiritual. If you're not, and it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. But if you believe in God, if you believe in spirit source, if you believe in the universe, whatever you'd like to call it, a lot of us have this deeper understanding that what we deem as God is an unlimited source. And if you are a subject, a product of an unlimited source, you yourself is an unlimited source. So that means you should never worry about, if I'm a musician, if I ever run out of songs to, write about. No, you're not going to run out of songs. If you're an artist, you're not going to run out of painting. If you're a writer, you're not going to run out of books to write, or, if you do a podcast, you're not going to run out of topics. You know what I mean? You are an unlimited source, and you should respect yourself as such. And that once you embody that, your lifestyle will continue to be that way. You will be an unlimited source because you are a vessel filled with whatever you command it to be. So there's no need to worry about the next phase or there not being an answer. There always is one when it comes to being a creative. When you are a creation of the creator, you are an unlimited source. So that is my piece of advice right there.
And that is your advice indeed. Drops mic.
Drops mic.
Let's go to the next one. Exactly. What skills do you think is vital to succeed in your industry?
Oh man. What skill do I think is vital? I think what is vital is confidence. I think what is vital is confidence. I don't think that anyone will be able to see your work and believe in your work if you don't. And I think that people are way more perceptive of people's energies and people's vibrations than they even notice themselves. Even if they don't even believe in that stuff, they can see when somebody comes on the stage, how they command themselves, how they command your presence, how they command your attention, versus somebody that is not sure about themselves. You can be as talented as you want, but if you're not, you're not confident enough to see that it's worth anything, other people are going to sense that as well. So I think that is extremely vital. It's the foundation, and I think it honestly carries you throughout your entire journey. So that is one skill.
Nice. Thanks for sharing that. Tell us the best educational resource that you would recommend to someone interested in getting started in your industry.
In my industry, well, I would say an educational resource, okay? Something that is free and open to everyone, which is YouTube. If you have access to a computer, I don't mean YouTube in and of itself. There's a specific Black woman named Erin on Demand. She was a journalist, and then she went into her own route. She loved being behind the camera. She did photography, and then she ended up transitioning into being in front of the camera, actually teaching people about how to start their business, about how to carry their business, scale their business. And she helped me a lot. In fact, I would just put on her videos on repeat just to work too, because she has so much information. And she is a Black woman, so, gotta support and plug in a Black business as well. But other than that, the internet, I don't want to be sassy or anything, but the internet itself is such an unlimited supply. It's such an unlimited resource. And I honestly feel like it doesn't matter if you don't have, the college education or the teachers or the classes or the guidance or whatever. If you have enough determination, you can go to a library if you need, use the internet, read a book, do whatever, talk to whoever you need to. But there's information everywhere. And I would also recommend that if you do find information, do not just go to one source, because a lot of sources have biasness, and you want to make sure that you don't take in any of the wrong information. Go to multiple biases, see different sides, so that you can make the educated choice for yourself as to what you want to do for your business and what you feel like is correct and what's incorrect. But the internet, libraries, talk to people, step out of your comfort zone and do the research. No, you don't need that college degree. It's nice, but you don't need that college degree. Determination and a laptop can get you there. Just
it can
fast.
Get you there. It can get you
there.
Indeed. There's this one song, is I'll take you back. I know we'll play you.
Ooh.
So that's
yes.
what I
the staple. I know.
Yes,
it's
yes.
The staple somethings. I can't remember.
Okay. You see, I didn't want to get the name wrong. But listen, you took us there. So you know what? Let's take this energy and channel it into our last question, which is: shout out a Black business or team that you admire today and you think our audience should check out.
Oh my goodness. There is a team, and they are all Black. They are Black men, super young. They're about our age, around early 20s. Comprised of 4 members: Brandon, Stefan, and Sheldon, as well as my sister, who has just joined that team. They go by the name Envisionary Studios. You can find them at Envisionary Studios on Instagram or any of the other social media platforms. They are Envisionary Studios everywhere. But basically what they do is they are a one-stop shop for creativity. Okay. What they do is they have like all your media and marketing needs, where if you do music, they have studios for you filled with producers, engineers, mixed and master people that are in the industry who can, talk to you about your stuff. If you want to do cover art or whatever, they have a slew of illustrators, graphic designers. If you want to do photography, they have photography studios for you. They do photography for you. They do event coordinating and touring. They do marketing and for products. They do management. They literally do every single thing in this one building. And they're just amazing. And if they can't do it in that time, they will point you in the right direction to somebody who is trustworthy, who's also Black business, who can lead you in the right direction and help you as well. So even if they can't help you, they will point you to somebody who can. And when I tell you, these people are the nicest, kindest, most beautiful people, some of the most beautiful people I've ever met in my life. I mean that. So I have to shout them out. Envisionary Studios. Yes, Envisionary
It
Studios.
sounds like to me that they need to add somebody else to their team, because that right there, that's a whole entire marketing campaign that you just offered. That's wonderful.
I want to. Please join me. Let me join you guys.
Thanks so much for sharing that, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to The Frederiq Effect, and this season is about National Black Business Month. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Arsene Jr., and I'm best known for the Frederiq brand. I hear you loud and clear. All over social media, there is commentary about how Black culture should be celebrated 24 hours of the day, 7 days of the week, and 365 days of the year. So get this. August is National Black Business Month, and I sat down with young Black entrepreneurs and business owners to discuss what this means to them, their business venture, and they offer advice to Black entrepreneurs looking to get started in business. How is that for celebrating Black culture? Be sure to listen to the rest of this episode and the entire first season. Subscribe to this podcast to stay updated with all things Frederiq Effect, and leave a review on the listening platform. Let's do it for the culture, y'all.
And we're back. You're listening to the Frederiq Effect podcast with host Frederiq and guest, business owner and tattoo artist, Bueli. Where can everyone find you, Bueli? Your social media handles, tell us your website, and offer some final remarks to our audience.
Yes. Okay. So my website, my website is buelistic.com. Buelistic, and all of my social media handles is Buelistic as well. Buelistic. I am a business owner, an illustrator, a graphic designer, tattoo artist, and my name is Bueli Najiri. And thank you guys so much for even considering me to be featured, especially during Black Business Month. I really appreciate it, and I hope that everybody can take a liking to my work. And I hope to work with you guys soon. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Well, that's it for today, everyone. Tune into our next episode with our co-host, Alonzo, all of our guests from this week, where we have a National Black Business Month Roundtable discussing Black business in action. Until next time, thanks for joining us, y'all.